Dude Buddy Podcast, baby. I'm a buddy, he's a dude.
And I'm a dude and he's a buddy.
Jared Campbell and Danny Martinello.
What is up, my fellow friends? Thank you for tuning in, listening to the years and the waves that are coming.
Buddy, I'm back.
You're back. You're back in the studio. We're back together. 2 hours now complete is no longer 1 and 1.
I was away. I was back in the native land of Canada.
True North strong and free.
True North strong and free for now.
For now, baby.
Yeah, man, it was good. I'm happy to be back. Happy to be back in New York City. Happy to be
Happy to
back
have
in
ya.
2 studios, buddy. I missed you.
Hey, come on. Hey,
Isn't that nice?
Shoulders, boulders for shoulders.
Yeah, I lost a bit, dude.
That's okay. That's the whole point of going back. You get fat as a cat and come back, and we work on that.
Sweat one out in the gym today, though, didn't we?
We did. We sure did. Got a nice little tit pump going on. A little tries.
Got back to it.
We did.
It felt good. It felt good. You know what? I'm going to fire up this yerba, mate.
Fire up the yerba because you're a little bit low.
I got low energy
You
today,
got
dude.
low energy.
And I'll tell you why. Couple pops last night.
Couple pops.
You know,
Jared,
Danny, here's the thing, buddy. When I'm on the wagon, I'm on the wagon. When I hop off, dude, I jump off head first.
Oh, you tap dance like a little Celtic singer.
Oh, you're supposed to give us a gentle shake.
Oh, were you? Well, just do a little swirl on it.
Yeah, a little swirly girly
It
right
contains
there.
1% juice.
Let's give it a shot.
How you like the yerba, mate?
That's nice. Yeah, I went back.
They got a big conspiracy going on about
Went back. The Yerba Gate?
Yerba Gate conspiracy.
Yerba Gate conspiracy. What is it?
Shit's gonna turn you into an animal.
Into an. Oh, we got fucking dude. We got neighbors outside right now.
And we got a lot
And
of
the
activity
neighbors-
going
the
around 2
neighbors-
hours since you've been gone.
Yeah, I don't
Actually,
mind them fucking. The neighbors have been bothering me, Danny, because we got a couple people in this fucking building that can't get their cat shit out the front fucking door.
It's very like brutal, dude. Like they'll drag their kitty litter, and so you have all the kitty litter along the doorway walkways, and then they just toss their bag of cat shit underneath the mailbox.
Isn't that fucking not nice?
No, it's not nice. It's not considerate at all, and I think it's quite arrogant.
We might actually, in fact, be.
We're the neighbors they complain about. I'm not.
I was
gonna lie.
about to say that we could be the best tenants in this building, but then I think
We're the
amount
best
of
tenants, but we're probably one of the worst neighbors.
true. Because of the screaming.
Well, the screaming, and they probably think we have like 14, 15 different people coming through the day.
Were you yelling in here while I was away? Because I still I'm pretty fucking loud in here. Maybe
Yeah, dude,
even-
I yell, I go crazy. Well, we had a good buddy, we had our friend, my friend Serge,
Never met him.
up from Ottawa, and he was staying on the couch, so it was nice to have him here. He was doing a bunch of open mics, like the grimiest of the grimiest open mics.
Do you like how I asserted my dominance by telling you to keep my door closed, and even though there was just a full bed and bedroom right here that could have been used,
Yeah,
I had
I like
him sleep
that.
on the couch in the living room.
Yeah, because it gives him something to look forward to, something to strive to.
Yeah,
He goes,
the
maybe
bed.
maybe one day I was on Danny Martinello's couch. Maybe next time I can sleep in Jerry Campbell's bed.
I wanted to give him the full experience because when I first came to New York, my first trip ever to New York City to do comedy, I came here on a fucking mega bus. You ever done mega bus?
He came on a Greyhound.
You came on a Greyhound?
No, he came on a Greyhound.
He did?
Yeah, he came.
See, good.
Came from Canada
So-
on from Ottawa. He went Ottawa, Montreal, all the way down on a bus.
See, it makes no sense to
16-hour Greyhound.
Yeah, to take a bus 16 hours, that trip should never end in a bed.
No.
That should be a couch or a fucking floor or somewhere in the park.
100%. You don't sleep, and the only way you rest is because you're so extremely tired from doing all these shitty open mics that the couch, the rock hard Amazon dentist couch.
Hey, now, what did we pay for this?
We paid a good old $200 American.
Was it? I think it was south of $2. I think we got this baby for like $1.65.
Maybe.
And you know what? It's what we deserved at the time.
If that's the case, I feel ripped off because I'm pretty sure I gave you $100.
What?
Pretty sure I gave you $100 for this dirty little
This was
hooer.
a $200 couch.
Oh, now it's
No,
$1.68.
I
Now it's
don't
$200.
remember. I'm asking you what we paid for it. I don't fucking remember.
I don't know, dude.
But
We
that
almost didn't
does
get it.
Sound like something I would do.
Yeah. Yeah, you little shift.
Well, dude, I have to fucking...
You got to make some shekels somehow,
Trying to keep
eh?
my head above
Yeah,
water
the
here.
New York Comedy Club
No, but-
and the stand aren't going to be paying you too much, so now you got to siphon from Danny's oil fund.
Don't get mad at me.
I'm not. I'm just joking.
Listen.
Got to razz you. You haven't been back here for a while.
It's true. No, but what I was going to say, my first time ever coming to New York, I took the mega bus here, and I stayed in a hostel in Chelsea. It was right in the neighborhood. And this was
right up your alley, buddy.
Oh, this was a level of gay I'd never experienced, dude. This was like prison gay. These guys were licking their lips at me.
Nothing but shanks and danks.
Yeah, dude. When I was walking back to my hostel at like 3 a.m, I specifically remember one guy looking me dead in the eyes and just licking his lips, and I was like,
"Sure are pretty, boy."
23 years old or something, first time in New York, and it, dude, I don't know. I've never been back to that area.
Yeah, you're traumatized.
It felt, I don't know, couldn't even tell if it was a good area or not. At that time, I think everything was scary in this city when I first got here, right?
Well, 23 coming to here, you're like, holy fuck, what's going on?
Yeah, but I stayed in a hostel. It was true. It was a cot, like a small cot in a room. That's all it was a cot and one of those like fucking radiators that you would find
you would
a
find
human
a small
being chained to,
yeah,
right, somewhere, and then they get beaten and fucked and peed on over the course of weeks.
Throwing
and
some
weeks
cold water
and
on
weeks.
them, and they gotta get shiver,
That's
hypothermia.
right.
Only
And-
heat they're getting is from the male that's accosting
And
them.
every night and every day when their captor goes to work, they're slowly filing the handcuffs on the back of the radiator, and
Yeah.
they have to do it incrementally as the person comes and goes.
Yeah, yeah.
It takes them like 4 weeks until eventually they can get out of the basement and run to the front door and start banging on it and tear a little hole in the fucking
Get me
screen.
out of here! Get me out of here!
Yeah, that's right.
But every time the guy comes down before he's about to escape, he goes, what are we going to do with you? That's the question I ask myself. I just don't know. And he's tapping a little revolver off your forehead.
Oh, the revolver! Oh, you'd be asking for the revolver at that point. You're not getting that. You're
and he
getting
caresses it around your eye like this, and he goes, "You
yeah.
sure are just a lovely friend."
Yeah, he's got the wig on.
Yeah, he's wearing.
He always comes down dressed like a pretty lady.
Now, do you think this eyeshadow goes good with me? I got a deal at Sephora. You know the store, right? You know the fucking store. And he just gets real angry off the bat.
Yeah, you're always trying to keep him happy.
Yeah, you're like, what mood is he in today?
You can tell by the pace upstairs.
I was
how heavy's the foot
Yeah.
when he gets home.
You know, I was starting to get a little worried and concerned about you, but then I thought about all the good times we had, so I picked you up a pecan butter tart. Why don't you eat it? And then he slams it right in your face.
Yeah. So that's the radiator that I had in my hostel. But point being, when you fucking take a bus to a city to hit open mics, it shouldn't be good. It shouldn't be easy. It should be, like you said, something to fucking strive for.
Yeah,
Look
you
at me
should
now.
and he did lovely, man. It was fun to see.
You went
him.
to some open mics.
I went to a couple open mics with him,
Okay,
but
and
I didn't go up on them.
How was the open mic scene? Because we have not been doing that.
Well, it was what you would think it would be.
as I remember?
It was very dark.
How many people on the sign-up sheet?
Oh, a lot. There was a couple.
Is it like?
with,
Is it like in?
yeah, they cap them at 12, and then it's just like everybody. It's all comics. Some of them were pretty good. They had a couple audience members there, and then
Were they the types where you had to like sign up and then you had to hang out for the full 3 hours to find out that you weren't on?
Yeah, some of them were like that, but then you found out earlier that you weren't on. But then a lot of the ones he went to was like paid ones, so you'd have to buy like a drink or some shit and do that.
So that's what I was doing. I was paying like $5. I might have even paid $10 at one point, but I was paying to get on mics. And I remember one night when I was here, I did one, and there was like they had a little thing that night that you could win. Whoever had the best set, I think they got to do like a free set the next day or something.
Yeah, you
like
come back for your victory lap.
You just didn't have to pay, and I got that, which was like felt like something at that time. But then when I look back, like the idea of paying to get on a mic is fucking bananas, and we didn't have that in Canada.
No, I only did it like twice in America. So I did one was like it's like a small little coffee shop out in Venice Beach, and then one was here over in Brooklyn. I paid $7 for a. It was actually really good.
$7 to take one on the chin. Did you lay an egg?
No, I had a good set, and it was nice, and everyone's like, "Oh, sick! We'd love to have you at our open mics." And I was like, "Oh, nice!" And then they gave me a list, and they're like, "Yeah, but it's all like pay to play." And then I was like, "Okay, well, I'm just gonna go to Williamsburg."
It's tough after 3 hours because you've never heard so many variations of rape jokes by the time you're done at one of those open
dirty
mics.
ones.
Just fucking
And
brutal.
their discovery of sexuality.
And of course, well, it's like when we went to mics. Every now and then you see the one guy or the one girl or something. You're like, all right, they're gonna be all right. But even if they're not yet, you can kind of tell they're going to be all right. And then you see the person that you just want to walk up to, put your hand on your shoulder, and just say anything else. Do any fucking thing else. And those are the people that often stick around.
Yeah.
It's the ones
And then
you
they
think,
become better.
It's sometimes. No, sometimes I think the people that you see promise in, they tap out.
Yeah.
Right? Because the reason they have promise is because there's actually they have something to offer as a human being.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, I can actually be an aerospace engineer.
I could go do something where when I go home for Thanksgiving, my parents make eye contact with me.
Yeah, they don't just look at you and go, so are you still doing those little like skits?
Yeah.
You're going out and still doing skits?
You going in for a hug and they're already bringing their wallet out because they think you're just reaching for a couple of bucks.
Yeah. Here, I know comedy can be hard. Here's $60.
Well, that's dude. I
You're
remember
like, thanks. That's gonna give me 6 spots.
so many years. Yeah, because it was always like for me. I remember when I started out in comedy, that every time they'd ask how comedy's going, it was always in the exact same breath. It's like, but how's work going?
Yeah.
And just make sure that you haven't abandoned the practical part of your life, because stand up is
So,
I mean,
like,
let's be honest, dude. Even when it like look at what we've done here, it's still not fucking easy. It's still not
it's a
fucking
slog,
good.
bro.
It's a
It's
fucking
fucking-
slog. And if you're this is another point. If you're not good at some point, look, everybody starts out bad. You can be bad for a year. You can be bad for 2 years. You can be pretty bad at stand up for 5 years.
Yeah.
Then you got to start finding your voice, as they say. Dude, if you stink, if you fucking suck, dude, listen. If you suck and you've been doing it for a decade, shut her down. There are so many people some people are, I think, perhaps afforded this because they did just their family does fund them and give them money, but some of the people I see, they go up and they bomb night after night after night after night. And night after night, they still take it fucking very personally. They take it hard. And you just want to be like, you don't have to do this.
Yeah, but there's also the other coin where I'm going to come in and I'm going to say, if you're enjoying it and you have fun and you like the camaraderie and you're just going out there and it gives you a lust for life and a nice zest. If going out and doing the shitty open mic stops you from killing yourself, you go out there and do it.
I think my point is it pushes a lot of people
you're
way
saying kill
closer
yourself.
to killing.
No, don't.
I'm not
No, but I get it. I get what you're saying. Like
Okay,
you
first
are
of all-
hogging up a space, and it's kind of like a little bit fucked up, and you got to look at them, and you're like, dude, you're mentally ill.
I would never tell somebody to kill themselves. I will just
you'd write
put
it on
the
a piece of
question
paper, and
in
then you
your
push it
head.
over to 'em. That's what you do.
Is this life worth living?
Hey, man, have you ever thought about maybe like I don't know, taking your own life or something? Because
Have
like,
you pictured
I'm worried
yourself
about your career.
being eulogized by the people you know, and how does it look and sound?
You ever think about where you want to be buried?
How much impact is there in the person that speaks at your funeral?
Yeah. Will there be a little Christmas story?
Will there be any story?
Story of open mic.
Worry
It's the point of no
sometimes.
return.
We always want to romanticize our own deaths, but then when you see somebody die, they get about a good, realistically, 3-4 days on social media where people give a fuck. And then after that, it's once a year.
Yeah.
That people will be like,
on
you
your-
always want to believe you have this impact, but holy fuck, do people forget quick.
Of course, man. That's why you gotta stamp your legacy into the
Yeah.
stones of time.
You got to force people to give a shit.
Yeah. You gotta say, oh, I was such a creative mind.
That's why, you see these people doing, when somebody, I mean, listen, not saying you should do this, but for those people that do go shoot up a mall food court, I mean, we're still talking about you.
It'd be funny if like someone shoots up a mall food court, but then they just don't shoot up like this Sababaro or whatever that.
They just don't hit the
pizza
Manchu
place.
walk.
Yeah.
They fucking spray the entire
the whole
court.
thing, and then they aim up when it goes to Jimmy the
A
Greek,
nice
and then it
bridge.
goes back down for New York fries.
New York fries gets obliterated in every version.
Yeah. New York fries. The hot dogs suck, and then he just throws a frag grenade in the deep fryer.
Well, that's your first problem. You're going to New York fries for hot dogs, dude.
Yeah.
That makes me want to fucking kill someone too, to be honest with you.
That's how they
Jesus
get into
Christ.
a gun battle.
You gotta
Buddy's like, "You came here for hot dogs, dog." Then
Oh,
they just
yeah.
start blasting.
It's like going to the fucking Mandarin for shrimp.
yeah, but yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Or
In
get a nice
in
slice of pizza.
whole shootout, but then you just still have like that one kid that's eating off of the tray, and he's
No, you have the guy that just stands up and wipes his mouth. When it's all said.
He always reads his comics or his like newspaper
his
in the food
headphones
court. Headphones, but they're not even headphones. They're just warm earmuffs in fucking plus 32 degree weather, and he's just staring at you
Don't touch his ears.
through one lens. He has tape over the other eye. He's got tape over one eye. His fucking lenses all now, earmuffs. He's reading Archie comics, and he's just going.
You're just describing the first act on Kill Tony this week. All right, I'll check in.
Yeah, you check in, seeing as you had such a light attitude towards people trying to pursue their passions. Tell us where you're sitting in after you've indirectly told several imaginary people to kill themselves.
You want to fucking build model trains? I don't care. You want to waste your time? That's great. Don't waste my time. I got to be in that fucking room with you too, okay? If I got a spot to do and I'm working on some material, I don't need you to go up there, okay, and fucking just, these...
You got material to work on and Buddy's working on
You know what else? These guys are the worst comics, the ones that you see that are just like they never get better and they just have the worst jokes, worst presents. You never seen anyone write as much as them at the show.
Oh, so
They're
great.
always in their book. It's like there's got to be
tags,
something coming
callbacks,
out.
mannerisms, stage notes, asterisks.
I'll check in. I'm actually doing all right. I went back home. I'd come off of doing, I did like 35 days, no booze with the exception of one. Mm-hmm. And then I really cleaned my act up. I was feeling very good. I was going to the gym every fucking day. I was eating well. I was taking those intentional, active rest days that I've been talking about. Then I went home. Wedding. Fun wedding. A lot of comics. A lot of fucking people I hadn't seen in years. Very drunk wedding. It was a party wedding. Good time, whatever. But then that set the table for the rest of my visit.
Fucking getting shittered the whole time.
Yeah, whatever. I had a good time. Me and my girl had a good time. It was nice to be back. I did a couple really fun shows. I only did 2 nights of shows, and I ended up doing like 4 or 5 shows in those 2 nights. But it was they were a blast. I got our buddy, friend of the podcast, Dave Merhesh, was filming a really cool special. At Cotton, the clothing store, they had a 10-camera shoot, and like everybody in the fucking crowd looked like a model, and he actually had models like plants in the front row.
Sexy girls.
And handsome men that were dressed up. And it was one of those, so he's Lebanese.
Yeah.
And his audience is very much, right, not people that look like you and I.
Yeah.
And so when he asked me...
He just had a bunch of women with beautiful eyes in the front row, and they're all in burqas.
Yeah, not far off. And when he asked me to open the show for him, to host it, and it was just do 10 minutes off the top.
Yep.
And then bring him up and go. And right away, I was like, what number am I? How many people couldn't do it?
Yeah.
How many people couldn't do it before you asked me? And as soon as and I said this to the crowd too, when I went up there, I'm like, I was a weird choice for this show, but it ended up being a blast. It was really fun. 10 minutes, bang, bang, off the top. Then I had to leave, let Dave do his thing, whatever. Corner, got to go back to our old haunt. The Corner, fucking had some really fun shows there. Yeah, man, overall, good to be back. I love fall in Toronto. I love fall in New York. I love fall. I like being outdoors.
You're a fall guy.
I like
fall.
Boy. I like when the sweaters come back. I get the purple on today.
It is nice though,
like
where it
when
adds for like late night walks or like your things. And you can go to a place and you're not sweaty and shit. And
but the in between fall's tough, where it's like t-shirt in the afternoon, but then sweater at night, and then when you're out there in the day, when you need a fucking backpack to keep a change of clothes, I can
just throw it over your waist. Put it over your waist.
That's fine if you
like
can
you're
pull
a
that
skater
off.
boy.
That's not so much skater boy as it is like stoner around the waist.
Yes.
I guess you could. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Point is, I had a good time, but I drank a lot. I only worked out a couple of times while I was there, literally like 2 times. So you know what, Danny, I it's good to do these things, but I'm also now I don't like falling out of routine so heavy, like that boring routine that I'm in here right now. Not
keeps us sane.
Yeah, but the not I get it now when people talk about it as you get older. Like being boring is better. Like the reading in the morning, the going to the gym, doing everything kind of at the same time every day, doing shit that from the outside looking in seems really boring. It actually gives me a lot more peace now.
Yeah,
than the fucking partying and doing all that. And then I came.
You burn through all your serotonin and your dopamines and everything, and then you're all kind of fucked. And then that, then that just rolls into the next day, and then you're like, oh, I might as well just eat cheeseburgers and be this piece of shit. And then you're like, okay, I should probably go in. But then you're just like, whatever.
Well, it's the delayed gratification.
1 can leads to 10.
It's all that instant satisfaction that ends up burning you. Like that cheeseburger, really good while you're eating it. You hate it right after. The beer you're drinking, great in the moment. You hate it in the morning. Like it's the delayed gratification, buddy. I like that shit you got to actually work for, and it takes time, and I'm starting to appreciate that more. So I would say that while I was there, I was floating around a 7.75. Probably at that wedding, got right up to an 8. I was having a blast. 8's a blast for me, eh? That's a top.
8, you're walking around like you just took a star in Mario. Ding ding
Oh,
ding
buddy,
ding
I
ding
am
ding 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 ding
burning
ding
my
ding ding
toes
ding
on
ding ding.
sunshine. When
Yeah,
I got an
dude.
8. And but yeah, and then when I came back here, I went straight to. I landed at 6 p.m. I had a showcase set at 9 p.m. Went in, fucking got the job done. Got into another spot here in New York. That feels good. And then I had some drinks to celebrate that, and I kind of looked at it last because I was still coming in. I've been eating food at the airport and everything all day. I was
You were
like,
in a good mood because you got me a Snickers ice cream bar.
I got you. That was an ice cream Snickers.
Ice cream Snickers
I
bar.
had no idea. What do
it's
they pay
great.
for that? Fucking $4?
No, it's $2.50.
No,
Yep,
they're just giving them away.
$2.50
All right.
for the Snickers and the Twix.
We'll talk about that later. Anyway, so I did feel good, but I also kind of took it as my last cheat day. I was like, fuck it. And I was eating chopped cheese, had beers, got a little drunk last night.
Came back and got 3 cans.
Yeah.
You crush them all?
3 king.
Good boy.
Do you know me to be a guy that just keeps king cans on deck?
Oh, sometimes I went in your
You
room
know
when I
the-
was drinking and you had a full king can next to the bed.
Well, that's an oversight. That's a mistake. That's
That's a $2 down the drain.
Every now and then, yeah. Well, no, it's still. Oh, like you mean one that's been opened and not? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the sleep beer. That's the one that
Sleep
puts
beer.
you out the
Yeah.
final notch. That's literally when you drink until you can't anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
There's
then you wake
literally
up
a
and
sip that you're
sometimes
like,
you wake up and then
have a
finish
rattle.
it.
Sure,
Yeah.
3
Go
hours
back
later.
then.
Oh, oof,
Little
those are
warm
nice.
Coors Banquet.
Used to love doing that.
Yeah.
Um,
Call it sleeping in the hall.
yeah. But take no prisoners is really what I live by.
Yeah.
If you want to open it, it's got to go. And then that was it. So I did that last night, had a good time, whatever. And then
Then
today,
what are you sitting at?
I slogged through that fucking workout, right? And I
Yeah.
was happy to do that. Felt like shit. I'm tired right now, but I'm gonna say I'm at a 7.
7.
I'm at a 7 because I'm happy just to get back into the swing of things.
Nice. Thought you were going to say you were sitting at a 6.8. But in my head, I knew 7 was coming.
I don't feel like a 7, but like
Let me tell you, you look like a 4.
I'm tired. Yeah, I think that's probably. I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I faking? I'm a fucking 5. What am I doing? What am I just? You know what? I've been away for so long. Like, I don't need to lie about this.
chisel it
I'm a
down,
fucking
baby,
5,
to the
dude.
true
Yeah, a
level.
couple sets tonight. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
God
we're gonna
bless you.
see. We're gonna see what happens. My check-in's pretty good, dude. I don't know. I enjoyed the space a little bit of alone. Like when you were gone the first 4 days, I came back after 5 weeks on the road and just sat just enjoyed this space, dude. When it's like you go away for so long and then you come back, and then I just really enjoyed the $1,600 I'm paying a month for this place. So I just enjoyed it.
Feels like it's worth it because it's your own apartment for $1,600.
Yeah, so I walked around, cooked, cleaned, had Serge here, was telling, send him out to the open mics, and then I just enjoyed like laying in my room, reading. I did a lot of reading actually. I crushed half a book here, so now I'm only reading 6.5. And then did a lot of writing, did some editing, waited for the Kill Tony to drop. Kill Tony dropped yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling around 7-8. I'll say that.
Okay.
Feeling about an 8. Got into the comments a little bit. Read a couple. Didn't like them. But
Oh, the Kill Tony comment section wasn't all positive?
No.
Was it one of the most toxic comment sections?
No. Yeah, no, it was good, man. Majority of the comments and the feedback were positive. Got a lot of followers from it. Nothing too crazy.
Well, let me say, I think you did great on
you.
Kill Tony. I thought you went out there.
I knew the minute was going to be a risk, and then I did it. And then, like, as if you watch it, you can see me like laugh at where like the laughs are supposed to be, but there's not because it's silence. And then the whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, this is going exactly like my last one. I'm like, I can't fucking stick this minute. And then I'm like, I gotta do.
Were you thinking that presently in the moment?
Yeah, dude.
Like it was in your mind?
Oh,
You're like,
yeah.
I'm bombing.
Yeah, dude.
It's happening
but-
again.
Yeah, but
Tunnel
the whole,
vision.
Yeah, the whole thing where I'm like, it's bombing again. I'm like, oh, sick. This joke's not gonna fucking land. And then I'm like, it needs to hit. I'm like, this whole fucking 30-second lead up needs to hit for this blowjob joke. And then it hit, and I was like, okay, that's all right. And then I'm like, I'll hit him with the tags, and then the tags hit. So you could say it was a success, but in my heart, I still feel like I haven't nailed the minute, and I have to go back and defend my honor. But then in the interview, I just took it over. Maybe might have talked a little too much towards the end.
The minute's hard.
Yeah, but all of it was good. Much good things are coming from it, and so they're like wanting me to come down, and we'll see what happens about that. And I'm looking forward to kind of like the next couple of days to see what happens, and then I don't know, man. Majority of it's fucking pretty sick.
I think between the silence, yeah, I think it's great. But between the silence that happened within that minute, between you over talking, I think you did all the things that they like to see, which is a mentally unwell person.
Oh, 100%.
And
Dude,
they saw
you
it.
look at me and my eyes are all fucked up.
Oh, you're doing the dinner plates.
Yeah, and I'm trying to like. There's parts where I'm like, okay, like let's interject my like personality into it and all that stuff, and then I get to kind of do it. But then there's also times where like I say some shit, and then I'm like, fuck, I'm watching.
Would you
it,
say
and
you
I'm
were
like,
a bit
cringe?
Panic mode almost? Like, did you, like, after the minute and you felt like it didn't go well, did you feel like now you needed to hit the conversation hard?
Yeah, where I'm like, okay, it didn't go as good as I wanted, and then Tony was like, oh, that was good, you can tell that you've been doing it for a while, and then I was like, no, man, I was like, that fucking first 20 seconds or whatever, it's pure silence.
Yeah.
And then the crowd laughed, and they're like, oh, okay, he's self-aware, and then I started going into it, and then I had an opportunity to be like, fuck it, man, I'm just going to do another 2-minute bit.
Well, maybe because when you first came out, they're like, okay, handsome dude, thinks he's funny, fuck this guy. And then by like 23 seconds, like, oh, he is neurodivergent. Let's fucking start clapping.
Still going.
This guy's a problem.
But then
home.
it's like funny because they have their certain characters and shit, and then there's certain styles, so then they just think I'm biting certain styles from their show and shit, and it's like, it's just funny to me.
Yeah.
But it's also, I look up at the people who like comment, and they're just fucking plugs, dude. So
dude,
like,
anybody who sits on a comment board anywhere is a fucking plug.
Oh yeah, but then it was like, even my buddy sent me like a Seneca quote, or I don't know who the fuck it was that said it, but he's just like, oh, if you saw what was inside these people's hearts when they said their vile thing, then the opinions would truly not matter.
What did Dr. Seuss say?
Dr. Seuss said, fucking 1 fish, blue fish, 2 fish, 4. Here's a salmon. Do you want more?
Nice. What was the other one though?
No, the people who care matter, and the people the people that don't care matter, and the people that matter don't care. I think something like that's
close enough. But because I think some people might be interested. What does it look like when you go to do Kill Tony? What is that day? What's that afternoon? What's the process?
Well, you sign up for 2. You sign up for the Mothership open mic, which I did, and then I ended up getting like a showcase because I was fucking smashing it throughout the whole week, and then my name kind of went through the city, and then some favors were kind of pulled, I guess. And then so Adam wanted to see me, so I knew I had a spot at 7:45, but I signed up for the amateur open mic. So it's like you sign up at 5:30, and then you go across the street, and then at 6:30 the Kill Tony people come out, and then you sign up, and then you just sit with hundreds of people outside, and then
those are all the people who signed up.
Yeah, so it's like 200 people sign up.
200 people.
Yeah.
400 permanent crutches.
Yeah, it's fucking insane, dude. And then so they
how many wheelchairs?
About like 9, and then
that's a high volume in any crowd of 200.
Oh, yeah,
you know how high that is?
A lot of excuse me.
Yeah, dude. How many conversations did you have with a computer that day?
Oh man, a lot.
Yeah.
No, there was like one time I was talking where I signed up before, and then there was this guy that was talking about how he wanted to blow up the Ambassador Bridge in fucking Windsor, Detroit Bridge, because his like fiance or something couldn't get back into the country, and then he was like talking about how he wanted to blow it up and shit, and then immediately I was like, all right, I don't think I'm talking to a sound person right now.
No.
And then laugh. But that, like, the whole process is you go to this bar called Poor Choices, and then you all sit there, and then they corral you. So before it used to be like you get your name because you were like in the building, and then you go right up on stage. But now they pick it, and then the crew comes and gets you, and then you go backstage.
You don't get to watch the show, right? Like,
no,
you don't get to see what's happening.
You're sitting backstage, like behind the curtain and stuff when they drag you, and then you're just there, and then you walk out.
So okay, because I was gonna say, because last night the show I did, you know the show, and it's a similar thing. Before you go up, you can't be in the room, so you have no idea what the vibe is in the room. So I think that already is like, when you have a big set or whatever, that's already something that's like you always want to see a little bit. Before you go. But Kill Tony's even different. I feel like that is a harder one.
Well, and you got to understand where
see what's happening before
it's like if you like. The thing is, too, where it's like if you're actually a serious comedian and then you're going to do some sets on that, you realize you're going to have like 3 million eyes on you. So if you bomb and you're sucking, then immediately you're like, good. All my friends have seen this. All the co-workers have seen this. Like, I'm going to, like, it's a stain, dude. You know?
Passed around.
Yeah, and then they ask you how long you're doing comedy for, and then you tell them, and then they're just like, holy fuck, dude. Like, quit. You know? Like, that show is, a lot of people love to go there to see, like, the knives come out.
See, that's what I was talking about. I want to hear how many years you've been doing it, and then I want to tell you whether or not you should fucking quit.
Yeah. But it was like, it was good all around. It was nice. And then fucking Ron White came out and gave me a nice hug and and a good little word
How
and a
did he smell?
handshake.
Hold on.
smelled
I think
dapper.
no. Oh, but I think did he smell like a nice wood, like a
It was like a-
sea birch, like a fucking.
I don't know what sea birch is, but I
well,
would say
let
a
me-
mahogany.
A mahogany.
Yeah,
Ooh,
he
like
smelled like a nice mahogany,
cherry, something that you would fucking.
Yeah, nice musk to him, but then he also smelled like a lot
like
of
a
weed.
heavy, like a
lot of weed.
an office library table, like one of those home libraries.
Yeah.
Did he smell like a home library?
Smelled
very classy.
Yeah, very classy, very
Bit of
regal.
humidor mixed with scotch.
Yeah, a little bit of bourbon, undertone of a smoky mesquite.
What is sea birch?
I have no fucking
Nothing.
clue, dude.
What was I trying to say?
I think sea birch is just a birch tree that kind
What
of
was I trying to
driftwooded.
say? Driftwood.
Driftwood.
Why did I say sea birch?
Driftwood, I don't know, because maybe you saw a piece of birch that was sitting in the sea, and you're like, look at that sea birch right there. Some fucking sick
know.
sea birch. I'd love to make a table out of that one.
Driftwood. Yeah, but I meant it in a way of like,
Yeah, it smells nice.
musk. Like, yeah, but like, positive.
Yeah.
He looks like he smells
Yeah.
good.
Smelled nice. Smelled like a little bit of tobacco, a little bit of marijuana, and
Yeah,
a little bit of fucking rich class fragrance.
Okay, so overall.
Overall, sitting at a 7.8, and I enjoy life, and it's fun.
Okay, no, you're 7.8. That's good. And overall on the fucking Kill Tony experience?
Overall, in the Kill Tony experience, it was good. They gave me Madison Square Garden. They invited me to the fold.
See, that's huge, Danny.
Yeah, they said
that's
they
all
said-
you wanted.
They said, "Come on back, buddy. We want you. Hurry up and finish your shit." I said, "Okay,
Well-
I'll be there for a little bit, but gotta go chop some pods.
Gotta go chop some pods. And you can't stop chopping.
Can't chop. So we can't stop chopping the pods, baby. So
It's great, dude.
Nice. We'll have some Austin comics on and shit when we come down, and we'll figure it all out and stuff. But it was good. And then I had a nice little experience while I was here, while you were gone. No one was here and shit. And
Do you remember? Yeah, that's true. You did. Oh, you know what? Also, the Sirens are just thinking about the boys and the troops. And we had yesterday was Veterans Day here.
had Remembrance
and it's
Day.
in Canada. It's Remembrance Day.
yeah, lest we forget.
And we were talking last night, and I hate that this for me, the Remembrance Day, there was always, there's a song that gets played, right? What is it? One second.
It's like I think it's just Remembrance Day
No,
trumpet song.
The Last Post.
Oh yeah.
It's called The Last Post. Every Remembrance Day.
No, not that one.
No, it's not that one. Yeah, there you go. Very nice. Yeah. Let's see how you did versus, and here it actually is.
I think
harmonize with it?
yeah. Should we take a time? I think we should take a moment of silence for all the open micers that have came and gone, all the comedians that fell through the cracks, and all those people that really attempted comedy, and some of the people that put a stranglehold on the scene and then quit because they're vile pieces of shit. Let's all take a moment of silence and remember our lost ones, unless we forget the sacrifices that they took in the trenches in order for us to succeed.
It's truly, it's beautiful.
There we go. There's our moment of silence.
There's no, but here's the thing.
People are gonna fall asleep in the car there at that part. They're just gonna hear it and fucking drive off into a oncoming semi.
I don't want to make light of that. The Last Post is a beautiful tribute every year. But if you were a kid growing up in Canada, you know that fucking song was played every year by a kid
at 11
a fucking
o'clock.
assembly.
11 o'clock.
11 a.m. at a high school assembly. There was a kid playing that, and that kid would always fuck it up. There'd always be a part where he goes, and it would be all your buddies going, and a teacher going, stop it, stop laughing, stop it.
My favorite was like,
and you have actual veterans up there who have lost their friends, their family, everything, this fucking war, and you're sitting there just,
yeah.
well, this kid's just laying a fucking egg with The Last Post.
Some guy just wants to snap and be like, you don't understand what happened in fucking Korea.
Everybody's face has gone poppy red.
Yeah. Now you wear this with respect, son. Put
You
that
don't,
on your
they don't know
chest.
that here in the States.
They don't do poppies down here?
No, the poppy is Canadian.
Oh,
in
because of
Flanders
Billy
Fields
Ridge.
where poppies grow, it's Canadian.
Yes.
And we wear the poppy to honor the soldiers, and then they play that.
And
And
some people want to come to this country and not wear their poppies.
Don Cherry.
Don Cherry, R.I.P. But
Oh,
he's
man,
still
I would-
alive, but he's not in hockey.
I would love
Canada.
if this podcast suffered the same fate that Don Cherry did. You know what? They come here, they want our milk, they want our honey. Put on a fucking poppy. Don Cherry.
Don Cherry, last famous words. Put on a poppy.
What a fucking beauty.
Dude, I loved it. I
Beauty,
remember
dude.
I remember we were in like presentations and like assemblies were so fun because it got you out of class. But I remember we had a dare assembly and like me and my buddy, we couldn't stop laughing, dude. And like for some reason, because he was cracking a joke, I was cracking a joke, and then this lady's son fell face first into a puddle and drowned. And then she goes, "Alcohol killed my son." And my buddy leans over and goes, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was water because he drowned." And then I died laughing, dude. And then there was a lady in the front row, like she starts crying and snapping, and then the whole assembly turned into like basically a food fight in the fucking auditorium.
Oh, yeah.
just because my one buddy. And he goes,
I mean, let's be honest. That's a banger.
oh yeah,
That's fucking funny.
Just leans over while I was trying not
Bad.
to laugh. I think water killed him, you dumb bitch.
Some people just don't appreciate that in the worst of times, what you just need is a good laugh. That's at your dead son's expense.
Yeah,
You just need a little pop in the room.
yeah.
Right?
Doctor
Every-
comes, your son's dead, but
every room could use
man,
a
he's
little-
got a cock on him.
A little pop. And that's the thing. Is like that. I was saying with those assemblies. It's always, dude, when you're a kid growing up, when was the funniest times ever is when you couldn't laugh. Were
Yeah.
you ever getting fucking reamed out by your dad?
Oh,
and you're
yeah.
looking him dead in the eyes? You're going,
See, in our house,
he's like, what the fuck? And it just enrages them because nothing could possibly make a man more angry.
in our household, bro, it was like notorious for my dad because my dad's got a short temper, so he just snaps and then he yells. But me and my brother and my mom, when my dad would snap, we would all send him chirps over and just laugh at him, and he would get even more
Not
pissed
good.
off, dude.
Yeah.
But me and my mom and my brother, we just run away and then just start all cracking jokes. He goes, "I hear you laughing, and you're not taking me serious."
Dude, it's so funny. Get your act, but you but you guys were all laughing as a unit. I would be like me and my brother just sitting there, and one guy would start like laughing, and we're actually also like, "Fuck, this sucks." Like you're scared, and then you feel the laugh coming on, and in your head you're like, "No, no, 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 no," but it's involuntary.
You
And
have
like,
to,
"Oh,
bro.
God."
It's like a defense mechanism, bro.
Yeah, you're terrified, but you're fucking laughing. And like I was saying, nothing enrages a man more than when he's trying to be taken seriously,
Oh, yeah.
and he can't be
That's
taken
why it's
seriously.
when people are like road rage to me, I'm just more polite to them.
Sure.
And I'm like waving at them.
Oh, if you meet fucking,
and
if
I
you-
ask them, what happened today?
dude, if you meet rage with a calm air, it fucking makes people want to explode, dude.
Lose their head and everything.
Oh, it's so fucking good. It's so good. Also, like that the thing, because the hardest I've ever consistently in my life, the place where everything was funnier than it was in any other place was church.
Oh yeah.
Right. And I went to a church that was really like an older, like my mom's church we went to was like older, like a lot of seniors,
Yeah.
which I guess most churches have
Yeah,
always
a lot
been,
of
right?
seniors.
And so it was only like a little small handful of kids. And like me and my brother would just fucking, dude, I remember being in tears, like biting on a fucking Bible, just keeping my head down.
Oh yeah.
And
dude.
you're never quiet.
Oh, no.
Everybody knows. And they're probably eulogizing an old person who
Yeah.
just passed away. Someone dies in the parish every week.
Oh yeah.
Every fucking week. One of those people, they just drop like fucking flies at that time.
God bless their soul. Big donators. eh?
God bless their
God
soul.
bless their soul. Very good commitment in the community and in our parish here. Everybody,
A lot of money in the bucket every week.
Yeah.
A lot of money in the bucket.
We had this like handicapped kid that would go to our church all the time, and like he would like always make noises and have his like little things, like his little like his ticks
Pardon me.
at the most inopportune times of like
Oh,
the
what were the
priest's
ticks?
speech. He'd just go. And dude, I couldn't stop laughing, and my mom would be laughing too, and she'd be like, "Stop it, Daniel! Stop!"
Wait, do an example of doing a regular, like, do the tick in the middle of a regular sentence.
It would be like, he'd be like, and for those that are wary of faith, I just want to let you know when Jesus was in the vessel, and Matthew said to him, when the waves were at its roughest, Jesus, are thy not worried? And he woke up and he looked at everybody and he would say, dude, it was so
And
good.
he goes back into it.
Yeah, and then he would stop and he'd go, "Do you have no faith? Are you worried that thy father would capsize the vessel?" And he would just go back into it, and the kid would, but he was so close to like the choir, so the mic would pick him up, so it would echo throughout the room.
I would never be able to
I couldn't
fucking.
stop
I could
laughing.
never handle that.
I'd look to my mom and go, "I think the Lord moved him."
I would.
My mom would be like, "Stop it!
I-
Stop it!"
Oh, dude, I remember. I went to, and this is always a risky take if you go see a Marvel movie on opening night. But I think it was Avengers, right?
Okay, yeah.
Dude, and there was like every time something that they'd show like fucking Robert Downey Jr. or something, I just hear. It was like, but it was just like fast. And there's so many fucking super nerds in that room. You just think someone's nerding out, right? They're like, oh!
I love it
Every
when you get a
time.
visceral like cheer from the audience in the movie theater.
Yeah.
It's a live performance.
But everybody is like getting really fucking annoyed because the cheering and the fucking laughing and everything. And then of course you turn around and it's just a kid in an Iron Man helmet.
Just in the handicap
like,
section,
oh.
leaning back, so happy, his mouth tube in his throat. just
Well, then I
fell
remember.
off.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sitting in the handicap section.
Yeah, neck snap back because you're so close to the IMAX.
I've always thought, first of all, that is the funniest fucking seating. And it's so unfair that is where they put people that have disabilities. They just strap you in the one
And the
seat.
part too is it doesn't have like a good visual, so you got to be like.
Dude, it's the
Looking like this the whole movie, like that.
you're like, "Ugh."
And then see someone turns around and goes, "I looked at him, he's disabled." And you're like, "Oh."
But how? Oh yeah, we're trying to see who's there.
Yeah, I tried to see him. What the
But when
What's
you
going on there?
I think it's so unfair. Like, dude, life has already thrown you so much shit. God has thrown the kitchen sink at you, and then you get to the fucking movies. They're like, we're just gonna strap you in right here.
Yeah, well, it's a quick little easy.
No, it
access.
should be that.
Like, imagine you have a little. Imagine you're like,
I
okay,
know, a
put them
lift.
4 rows
No,
up,
of
and then they
course
go
not.
up 4 rows, and then you have, and they just start going off, and they're like, "Ah, fuck, I gotta move this guy to the movie theater."
I understand the
Now you got a
practicality.
stretcher coming through roll
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
G and F.
No, I understand the practicality of it. I just think it stinks. It stinks.
Hey,
for
God
them.
served you a couple sticks. Here's another fucking short one, and then you just gotta.
Fuck. And then, you got sensory overload in there.
Oh yeah, man.
Everything's
Put him in an
going
IMAX.
crazy,
Fucking
dude.
I maximize this guy's fucking stimulus.
Did I ever tell you about the time? I might have told this on here before, but did I ever tell you about the time that, again, I went opening night to a Star Wars flick, and me and my buddy were
I love opening night at Star Wars.
yeah,
I
it's
do it.
awesome. It's awesome.
People
But
dressing up.
We were in the D box, D box, the seats that move,
Yeah.
right? And they shake you around. And I think I took an edible. I was very fucking high, and I'm in this D box. And D box is like cool for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then
when
you
the
just
movie
want-
opens, and then eventually you're just like turning it down to the lowest level. But then once I got high, and I thought it was hilarious, like we had it cranked up, right?
Yeah, you're just getting stoned, and the next thing you know, you get CET at the fucking crazy battle scene.
Yeah, no, but dude, so
Clones come out, and you're like, oh
This is
no!
what happened.
Looking at the movie screen like you're getting out of the the whatever the fuck it
Well,
is,
you-
getting out of the gates of Saving Private Ryan. You're just in there like.
that would be oh my god, the fucking the
Or when they do
the
4D.
the ship's door dropping in fucking D-Day.
Yeah. And you're like, oh. It's like you going through the mind bender. You're like, oh.
No, but dude, so
Popcorn's flying everywhere like it's shrapnel
I'm in
and
there, I'm
brain
s-
matter from your buddies.
I'm so high, and I'm in there, and they at one point the screen for the movie just goes black, like it like the projector fucked up,
Yeah.
and dude, so
chair's
it was
still moving?
dude, so it's Star Wars fans opening night, so these people are hardcore, all right? The moment it goes black, audio's still happening. It's right when a battle is about to break out,
Yeah.
right? Like a climax in the movie. It goes dark. Guys are getting up, turning around, banging on the glass of the projector.
With their lightsabers?
Hey! Yeah, dude, there's literally flashlights coming on. People are running out of the theater into the halls. Hey! Right?
Some guy gets up. I cannot let you stand.
No, because it's,
the Republic. And then he just runs in.
yeah, exactly. Runs in.
He runs in.
No, but dude, so everybody's freaking out.
in advance for
And I'm in a lightsaber battle because I'm still in the seat and I'm just getting kicked around for this battle. People are losing their minds running around and I am crying, laughing because I'm so high and watching these guys freak out, hearing the battle. It's all being spoiled. the movie, right?
Yeah.
And I'm still just getting whipped around in my seat. Fucking, that was the best movie moment I've ever had. Watching those fucking nerds lose their
Top
head.
Gun Maverick in the IMAX, no worries. That comes second to fucking.
That would have been the movie to see in the D box.
Oh, for sure.
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
I watched Top Gun Maverick. It was
You watched it 8 times. You grew your mustache out even long. You stroked yourself in the back row.
I that movie hit me in a way that movies hadn't, because it was just coming out of COVID.
Yep.
I was at the same time coming out of like a bad fucking relationship. I was miserable.
The only thing that saved you was Top Gun Maverick.
I was miserable, dude. And then so we went to me and a group of friends
Come on, Jared.
went
We
to
gotta
a
get you out of the
bar
house.
called Maverick before.
Oh yeah, I know where that is.
Got drunk.
Yeah.
Brought booze into the theater, did like the VIP.
Yeah.
Brought booze into the theater, and I remember watching that movie with a fucking smile. Dude, I was the happiest I had been in so long.
Yeah, you thought you were a fighter pilot and you were pissing in a bag in your seat.
Dude, I was the first.
Yeah.
Just wake up and piss.
Can't
all
leave. I'm on a flight mission. And then you just start pissing in a cup, passing it to your bud.
It just felt like Tom Cruise was there and everything was fine. He
Yeah.
was back. Maverick.
I
was
like
back.
how they do the some
what
movies
a fucking movie.
at the beginning, the director's speech and thanking the audience members. I like when you watch Top Gun and Tom Cruise did that at the beginning.
Like the one where you actually walked into the theater.
No, where it's like at the beginning.
did that too.
At the beginning of the movie, it goes, I just want to say thank you guys for doing this. We wanted to make it a long time, but obviously, you know what happens, and I didn't want to come back to this world of cinema without the technology advanced. And we did real fighting, fighter pilots in here, and we did some real flying. And I hope you guys enjoyed the movie as much as I enjoyed making it. And thank you from the bottom of my heart.
It's great that every fucking Tom Cruise movie, he's got to fucking come out right at the beginning and be like, and to be clear, that was me on the motorcycle. That was me jumping out of the airplane. It is wild the shit he does. There's a new fucking Mission Impossible trailer out. I haven't even watched it yet. I'm going to watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Is it, dude? They're always good. It's the best.
I love how the internet was like, after the 9th Mission Impossible, I think this mission is possible.
Yeah. Well, listen. I mean, we know.
We know anything's possible with Tom Cruise.
That's
man.
it. That's it. And like he literally does this shit. The last movie he jumped off the cliff on the motorcycle and then parachuted. Did it like 9 times. The movie before that, what was it, the same one where he's hanging off of the side of the airplane? And this one I haven't looked yet, but I know he does something nuts.
He does something crazy. He takes it to the next level.
Oh, I can't wait.
More of that
Can't
thing.
wait. We're gonna go see that. But he was that thing about him coming out, because he was one of the guys that was like huge on don't let movie theaters die.
Yeah.
'Cause that's where you got to see movies. Probably also because few people have ever made as much money as him every time he goes to
Movie
box
comes out.
office. So
Yeah.
he's a box office warrior. By the way, Maverick was the first time, which I thought was crazy. It was the first time in Tom Cruise's career that he'd broken 100 million box office. Think of every fucking smash he's had that's never hit the 100 million. They're all huge, but that was his biggest movie ever. Isn't that something?
Such a beautiful guy.
Oh, he's a
Wonderful.
psychotic
Wonderful
man, and I love him.
actor.
God, I love him. Great actor. Some people say he's one note, not me.
Had a very interesting moment happen here, actually, too, while you were gone.
Yeah, dude, I
Forgot to bring it up in the checkup, but I wanted to tell it before we got in here. Sitting on my sitting on my
Can't wait to
stoop.
hear this. I told you not to tell me this story until the podcast.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. So I'm sitting on my stoop here, right? Like in the back lot,
The roof.
The roof. I'm sitting in the roof, and then I'm just chilling or whatever, right? Reading my book, and then I hear the dinger go off, the doorbell, and I'm like, oh, that's probably just some Amazon guy, whatever. I won't fucking answer it. And then I'm reading and shit, just chilling, and then I hear some commotion go up above my head, right? So I look up, and I see it, and there's about 4...
What time is it?
It's like probably like 1 p.m.
Okay.
And then there's 4 cops standing above me. And I'm like, oh, hey, guys, what's up? They're like, oh, nothing much, man. What are you doing? I'm like, just reading my book. Why? What's going on? And then they're like, oh, how'd you get up here? I'm like, oh, through my window. They're like, what do you mean through your window? You live up here? I go, yeah, this is just my unit right next door. I'm like, why is everything all right? Am I allowed to be up here? He goes, no, you're okay. You got any weapons on you? And I'm like, no, man, nothing at all. I'm just reading my book. And he goes, you sure you got no weapons on you? I go, I don't know, man, how much power you think this knowledge is, but that's about like all I got. Why? What's up? And he goes, just need you stand up out of that chair, please. Keep your hands above your head where we can see them. And I was like, what? And he's like, just keep your hands above your head where we can see them. I'm going to come down and I'm going to tell you what's going on. And then I'm like, okay. And then as soon as I stand up, dude, I see fucking 6 more cops in the street. 2 cruisers blocked off this thing. They have it all blocked off. 6 guys just staring at me. 4 up top. I'm surrounded by like almost 10 cops. And then they come down off the ladder. And then Buddy goes, hey, just going to tell you here, I'm going to read a description of a person. I just want to see if it matches what your description. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, brown hair, white Caucasian male wearing a black hoodie and red shorts. And I look at him.
He just starts digging in. He goes, small ears, fat nose, fucking got ape's cranium.
Crooked eyes, dick's a little small. No, and then I'm like, yeah, man, that makes sense. He goes, okay, here, we just got somebody phoning in saying that they had a person on this rooftop behind the deli brandishing a rifle or some kind of barrel-like thing. And I go, oh, fuck yeah, man.
Your hog in your hand.
Yeah, no, I wanted to make a dick joke so bad, where I was like, the only rifle I got here, right? But this is for fun.
Yeah.
And then, but I didn't. And then he's like, okay, I just need to frisk you, dude. And I'm like, oh, what? And he goes, for my own safety. I'm like, okay. And then he frisks me, but I'm wearing like my Adidas nut huggers, dude. And he grabbed my cock.
He beats you if you do the joke. He turns around and goes, think we found the rifle, boys.
Yeah. Hey, big one here. Look at that. Or it's more of a shotgun. And pumps it. And I go, I'm not shooting blanks, boy. And then, but then he frisks me full up, grabs my cock, and then I'm like, oh, and he goes, oh, sorry there. And then he just tells me that one of our neighbors, dude, phoned it in, said I got a rifle.
Dude, first of all, this is crazy. I got thoughts, a few. First of all, I think that the neighbor didn't think he had a gun. I think they were having a bad day, sick and tired of looking out there and seeing us with the only people that have roof access.
Yeah, roof access. But then it's also, dude, I think the neighborhood's starting to catch on to us and they're fucking with us too.
I think so too.
Because I saw a kid on a scooter and he fucking pulled up to me real heavy, like slammed on his brakes. And then he was like, what's up, Mike and Ike? And I was like, what? And he's like, what's up? And I was like, nothing, bro. What's good with you? And I like had to stare down like this 12-year-old or 13-year-old. And then he's like, hey. And then he like scooted off. And like a lot of people in the neighborhood are starting to look at me.
I was walking up there right around Halloween, walking up the street to go to a show alone. And 2 kids on bikes circled me on the sidewalk. And the one kid pulled up and goes, got any candy? And I'm like, no. But I was on the phone too. And I was like, all right, this is eerie.
Yeah.
Right? And then he stops his bike and he goes, you got any money? And I just kept walking. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, yeah, dude.
And then last night we
were walking. The guy's like, I hate you white people. What the fuck you doing in Brooklyn?
Yeah,
I hate you white people. And I just looked at him and said, that's cool, dude.
I think it's just, you're right. It might be closing in.
Yeah.
Our time might be, you know what it is? The word's out. We're not undercover cops.
Yeah.
Now we're just here. They don't like it anymore.
They don't like it at all.
Oh, stay tuned. Okay, more thoughts. First of all, yeah, I think that I also love whatever you were. I always tell you, Danny, anytime Danny goes into his phone, starts texting, does anything, the world ceases to exist around him. You can be right in Danny's face. You can be screaming at him. He won't know. He won't acknowledge. He won't say anything if he's in his phone. I love the idea that you were reading this book and you were so into it that 12 cops were converging on the street, closing the street off, crawling up the roof, and they all got close enough that you literally had to look up and go, oop, hey,
what's up, boys?
Dude, you're so easy to kill. All right. Next up, you missed the greatest opportunity of all time when you looked up and you saw the 4 cops. I wish you had just folded your book, set it down, and said, what took you so long?
Well, all I could think about was after that whole thing, they were just so polite and so nice. And then they were like, oh, do you mind if I like come through your house here just so we don't got to climb up this ladder? I was like, yeah, no problem. And he goes, oh, are you sure there's no weapons? Are you sure you got no guns? And I looked at him and I could fire up my Xbox. We take a look at my loadout if you really want.
Big pop.
Yeah. And then the cop laughed. He smiled. He was like, oh yeah, Call of Duty.
What the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
Get him. He's got a gun.
And then they just taser me, fucking throw me. He's got an M4.
Oh, imagine it was like it went beyond that and you ended up in an American jail.
Oh, dude, it's so crazy. But as all this goes down and then it happens and then I close the door and I just think to myself, I'm like, fuck, dude, like
I got to call Jarrett.
Well, I called you, but then I also thought, I'm like, this is fucking good thing I'm white, you know? That's kind of what I thought. Honestly, that was my thought where I'm like, if I was like a different color or a different person, I'm like, I don't think they would have been that polite.
To be fair, though, anybody who sits on a roof with a rifle, that's a white guy. That's a white guy.
It truly is.
Yeah. We're the ones that are
sitting on a yeah. Just sitting there like we're Michael Fassbender, just looking.
You know
at
what it is? White people plot.
Scheme.
They scheme, they plot, they think about it. They
plan.
let the hate grow in their hearts.
Yeah. Let it fester and build with every interaction of a different person.
Not really ever a snap decision.
No.
It's well thought out. It comes from a really dark place.
The snap decision goes. I'm going to plan for 3 months and then I'm going to kill this person.
If you were just wearing a long coat, you would have been shot.
A trench coat?
Yeah, anything, dude.
Wearing
like
Kevlar, like a cad pad or a fucking camo.
Oh God, I wish you were wearing like a fucking bandana or just something sick when they got there.
But it was also funny because I was like, oh man, this is a good part of my book, right? I'm reading Homer's Odyssey.
Oh, you do this,
and I'm
eh?
like,
The cops, hey, and you just put your finger up like 1 second, and you you don't even look at them, and you finish your sentence, and then you close the book, and you look at them, and you go, "You're too late.
I had you coming sooner.
She's gone."
Hello, boys.
That's awesome and fucking crazy, dude.
Dude, it was nuts.
Crazy.
Man. It was
How did they
fucked
get up the roof from
Well,
here?
that's the thing. I don't know. I think they went through the deli or
I think
what.
they took Fink's path, the rat path.
The rat path. Cop, good for nothing, dirty rat bastards.
Well, I mean, listen. You
no,
know,
I think they went up through a different.
they took the tunnels, the Brooklyn tunnels.
Yeah.
Jewish tunnels?
They're fucking. Yeah. No, I don't know. I think they came through because they came over through the front.
Crazy, dude.
And they're all peering at me, man. It was just so
Were
weird.
guns all out?
No, they didn't have guns out. They had their guns on their hips. And a lot of them were,
Okay.
like, looking.
Not an imminent threat, just potential threat.
No, but it was alarming. Where I'm
Yeah,
like, what the
yeah,
fuck's
it's
going
fucking
on?
alarming, dude. That shit, see, man.
I'm on the
Never
roof.
happens when
4 or
I'm here.
5 cops are frisking me. Now the neighborhood's really like, what's with this white guy?
Now something's up.
That's where they turned on us.
What's
dude.
going on, bro?
I don't know. They turned on us.
Well, it's good that you're progressively spending less and less time here, and just leaving me here alone. To fucking, they're like, hey, the other guy's gone. He's alone.
Hey,
For
Muscles
sure.
is gone. Get the real
For
cop.
sure. I found out what unit they're in. We should stop saying our unit.
Yeah.
But
it was that was very it was a weird time, to be honest, man.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. It's also like pretty sick, dude.
I loved it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They were all stoked on me. They gave me their card and stuff, and then I was so nice to them.
Yeah, they did these ones look like cops? Because a lot of these NYPDs out here just
Oh
look
yeah,
like guys
man.
playing
They were
dress up.
looking real mean.
Yeah,
Looking real mean.
fucking
They had
awesome.
all their fucking shit, dude, and like it was crazy. They all mobilized on me, converged.
you thought they were there for your new crypto wallet, huh?
Yeah, I thought they were coming out for me because they got
Danny-
a little scheme.
Danny messages me entirely not ironically. Danny messages me like 4 days ago when I'm still back in Toronto, and he goes, "Buddy, got in on a little crypto scheme. Looks like I might be affording a place in New York and Austin." Not a hint of a joke. And I went to myself, dude. I said, I think I said LOL, and I ignored it, and I made a note to myself. I'm like, I'm not touching that till I see him in person. I need to know what Danny thinks he just fell into.
Funny, I got into
And he
little...
went from being a guy who's fighting for his next meal to all of a sudden be like, "Oh, a crypto scheme looks like I might be able to afford multiple properties in the United States of America."
looking at real estate.
So why don't you go ahead and clear the air? What happened?
My crypto scheme, buddy. I got in. My buddy hooked me up. He said, "Yo, man, I'm making a move."
To be clear, it's the guy making his own coins, which Paul, friend of the podcast, Paul also does, makes coins. And he talked about it. Then my buddy buys in to it and he gets rugged.
Yeah,
gets
Paul
rugged.
wanted me to buy in on his coins. I said, "I'm not getting in on that.
No.
There's something's going on with Paul."
Oh, it stinks.
Yeah.
You got to stay. Don't play with Paul. But okay, so
No,
what's
so
the deal, dude?
My buddy was like, "Yo, you should put in some money to these coins here. It's gonna pop." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All I got is like $20 or $200." He's like, "That's good." I'm like, "All right, sick." So then I put in like $200, and then later I check it, and
$250, dude. Looks like I'm getting that fucking place in Austin.
Buy a Maserati, bro.
This
No,
is too easy.
but no, it was fucking sick, dude. It was deadly. And then now I put that $200 in, and I'm at $2,500.
See, that's good.
Yeah, but it was at one point it was at like almost 20K, but it was
What?
but
No, it wasn't.
no, it was almost at 20K.
Your $200 was $20,000 for a moment.
Yeah, but then they gave me too much coins, so I had to send them back so they could, so they
it
could
was
burn
a
them.
big, huge mistake.
It was a mistake.
Oh man,
But that was
what you could have cashed out right
I could have
there.
cashed out, but then I would have fucked them. So, but I'm in on it. So it's gonna go. It's supposed to go to.
When the cops get there first, so you say, "It's not my fault. They gave me too many coins."
yeah. Is this for the crypto? No, but
are you here about the crypto?
Yeah, but I'm in on it now, and I got in at the ground floor and stuff, and I got
All right.
another buyback in thing here, so I'm gonna put in another $200, maybe even $3.
Well, Paul's gonna have a lot of questions for you when he listens to the pod because he listens to it the moment it drops.
I told him about the crypto, and he said, "Hey man, this could hit. What do you think it is? But I don't think it's gonna hit, and because I don't know." And then he started speaking Greek, but then my other buddy explained it to me. I said, "Fuck it, let's ride." I already spent $200 on popcorn shrimp and stuff, so I'm like, whatever. I might as well do $20 on like.
Do you have popcorn shrimp?
I just figure speech. I didn't really buy popcorn shrimp, but I spent $200 on like whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. The stuff to live day to
Yeah,
day.
popcorn simp. That's what
That's
he
your
is.
fucking hip hop name.
Yeah.
Popcorn Simp.
No, that's just a small little midget that's just watches his big tall wife get blasted by other dudes.
Popcorn Simp.
That's his Discord name.
That's fucking sick, dude. Yeah, that's just that's his gamer
Yeah,
tag.
gamer tag Popcorn Simp.
Oh fuck yeah.
Little simp at a gimp mask.
Oh, let's fucking set our intentions.
Okay,
we got
minicamp.
shows to do.
We got
actually
shows
gotta
to
go.
do. We got things to do. It was a little bit of a
We got a
late
New York
pod
Comedy
here.
Festival show here with our
But
I'm not a pervert.
I'm not a
JJ
pervert,
Lieberman.
but I love watching men blast my wife.
That's JJ. Check out JJ on Instagram.
JJ Lieberman,
It's a
man.
blast. All right, Danny.
I'm going to set my intention first.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to set my intentions first. I got a couple shows here in Bananas Comedy Club working with my buddies. So they gave me an opportunity to do that. I'm going to do that. It's going to be fun. I'm going to rock these shows. Going to enjoy New York while I'm here. I go to Austin on the 16th, back there again. And then I go and do a bunch of corporates out in Edmonton. And then I'm back in New York, so we're going to have a couple more pods before that. But my intentions going into the week are to ride this wave, not look at the comments, and get the comment.
Nope.
Oh.
I intend
I
to start
intend-
that sentence
Yeah.
over.
I intend not to look at the comment sections and then look at the negativity. Just focus on the positivity, not even look at the comment threads. And then go in and do these shows, enjoy the week that I have here in New York City, and have some fun, man. Enjoy it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
All right, mine's
Stay
fucking.
stay
Mine's,
my workouts and do whatever.
yeah, hell yeah, mine's boring, dude. It's like it's reset. It's cleanse week.
Yeah, it's cleanse week.
I intend to fucking
Every 3 weeks we get cleanse week.
got
with
that
you.
fresh book. I intend to fucking be in the gym every day. I intend to eat clean. I am not going to drink. I'm gonna stay off the vapes. Danny, I didn't tell you, but when Daddy got a little drunk.
bought a vape?
No, I never bought a
Oh.
vape, but I hit a couple vapes.
It's all right.
It's okay.
You gotta hit them.
Got a fresh Zin puck yesterday. I'm
Sometimes
off
you-
the vapes. To be clear, I'm back off. I'm off the vapes. I hit a few vapes while I was drinking. I'm off the booze. I'm off the vapes. I intend to keep that up this week. I want to focus on the comedy. I want to focus on being present this week and enjoying myself. Danny's only here for a few days. We're gonna bang out a couple good podcasts with a couple really cool guests that I'm really excited about.
Yes.
So I intend to just fucking do the work this week, man. Do the work, stay focused, stay in the fucking pocket, and count my blessings.
Count your blessings, buddy. That's
Well,
either lessons or blessings.
Lessons are blessings, bud.
Yeah.
And on that, God bless you.
And
God bless us.
And
And God bless America.
America.
Ta-ta, motherfuckers.
See you for now.